Hi folks, welcome back to my video. Today I'm going to talk about photography really. Recently what I did was I came across this lovely sort of frame, picture frame. It was a landscape, what would you call it? Sort of like a panoramic sort of landscape orientation. Anyway, the picture frame was dead cheap. I think it was about £10, which is why I bought it. But it had a picture of two chickens in it. It was kind of it wasn't a picture frame where you can sort of change the picture. That wasn't the intention. The intention of that picture frame was that it was ready to be hung up on the wall. So yeah, it was nicely sort of covered at the back. I had to cut everything out just to get the picture of the chicken out. That wasn't my intention. I liked the picture frame and I thought, no, I'll just hang it when I get home. But the missus was like, no way are you gonna hang that picture of a chicken on my wall. So I had to come up with sort of a second plan. Hold on guys. Hello. Do you want to say hello? Do you want to say hello? Hi, this is my dog. She's called Easy. We got her just before Christmas last year. Alright? She's getting big, isn't she? You gonna say hello? I take it as a no. But I just thought, I will introduce you to the new member of the family. Anyway, back to the picture frame. So once I got the picture frame, the missus said no about hanging it onto the wall. I thought, what am I going to do with it? I didn't want to chuck it because I quite liked it, even though it was dead cheap. So I thought about taking my own sort of, putting in my own pictures. I've always liked the picture frame of the Tower Bridge, London. So that's what I did. Went to London, took some lovely, well, I would say some lovely pictures of London. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, let's go to develop. Yeah, I'll say I did get some lovely shots of the Tower Bridge, as you can see here. There we go. In fact, I think one of my favorite one is, actually, is it this one? Yeah, I think it's this one here with the sunset skies. I love the colors of the sky. I mean, obviously, what I ended up doing with this picture is, editing Photoshop, getting all the darker areas, sort of try and bring back the details in the darker areas, of which I managed to do because all the pictures I took were in raw format. Yeah, that's my daughter and her friend. I think one of the ones that I like the most is not this one. I think it's this one here. I don't know what this structure is called, but I think that's one of my the good pictures that I actually took of the Tower Bridge. I like this one very much. The only problem with these pictures is they are all not panoramic. I wasn't in a position to actually get the picture in sort of what you call it, wide enough. I mean, I did have a widescreen yeah, I did have a super, well, I don't know, it's sort of super wide. I had a wide lens, which is my 17 to 14 millimeter Canon. This is actually a good lens, and I was using my 6D as well, which is a full frame. So in other words, I was able to get as wide as possible but even still that wasn't enough to get the sort of shot that I wanted with the London Bridge. And I was actually thinking of including the shard in there as well. So from where we were here, we decided to go on to the other side, you know, cross the Tower Bridge and go on to the other side so that we can get a shot of the shard as well. But the problem is, regardless of where I was still close to London Bridge, meaning that whatever shot I was going to take, it wasn't going to be that wide enough to actually be able to get a photo that's going to fill in the picture frame that I've got. I will show you later. So in the end, what I settled on doing is taking a few shots. The problem I ran into is, you know, when we crossed over to the other side, I think that's where the, what you call it? Oh, I can't remember the other building, the other structure which is on the other side. But for some strange reason, I think this is a problem in London in general, isn't it? You know, taking pictures with tripods is sort of not allowed in a lot of places. I don't know why. To make matters worse as well, we were then told to leave the area that we just gone into. So in the end, what I ended up doing was just setting up my camera down. I put it on, I can't remember what I actually put it on, trying to balance it and take as many pictures as I could so that I'll be able to stitch up a panorama of the London Bridge and the shard as well. I did manage to get a few pictures. I think, hold on, let me see if I can get the ones that I actually took that I'm gonna stitch together. So really the purpose of this video here is just to show you how you can actually stitch a few pictures in either you can do Lightroom or Photoshop, but today I'm in Lightroom, so I'm going to use Lightroom and I'm going to show you how I actually managed to stitch up those pictures that I took to make up that panoramic shot of the Tower Bridge and the shard that I ended up printing and putting in the frame, which I've hung downstairs. I will show you later. So the pictures I'm going to use, I think I'm going to, it's going to be this one here, this one as well. I'm not sure, I don't think that's included, so I think it's this one. I'm going to choose them now, that one, and this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And what you then do is, after you've selected your photos, you just right click, go to photo image, panorama, and you will be presented with a panorama image preview. It's taking a bit of time because I mean at the moment I've got Lightroom running, I've got what else, OSB running as OBS running as well, which is recording this video as well, and voila, that's what I've got. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click this tab here as well to fill in the edges, and it does fairly a good job, but it doesn't really matter, you know, because some of these things you can then edit them later either in Lightroom or you can do it in Photoshop after. And what I'm going to do is, I think it's actually quite nice as well. It's nice and straight, so I'm not going to change any of these other settings here. I'm going to click merge and see what it does. It's taking its time. Okay guys, I've got my merged panorama. Now what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to open this up in Photoshop to finish off my editing. Actually I can do a few I can do a few of the edits in Lightroom as well. For example here, I think I've got no idea what I've got there. I think instead of me trying to fix all that up, what I'm going to do is just cut that out, which will do from here. Say aspect ratio is some original, just say custom. That's gonna make it easier for me. Yeah, that's gonna cut some of the stuff here with the another top here. I'll do it like that. I think I've got almost, yeah, I think that will do. Double click it, boom, that's it, that's done. I mean, you can go ahead and then maybe do whatever sort of personal adjustments you want to do to the picture yourself. For example, I might want to darken up the skies. Let's see. Yeah, I don't want to lose details at the bottom here on bottom buildings, but I do want to darken the sky. So you can do some localized adjustments as well, which you can do with adjustment brush. You know, lower down your exposure, your shadows. Where's my dehaze? Increase dehaze and see what it does to the sky. That might be too sort of dark, so I might need to change those settings, but you get the idea, don't you? So yeah, that's it. Yeah, you can go ahead and get that a little bit smaller, increase your what am I doing? I keep forgetting I'm not in Photoshop. So I'm here. You know, the trick here is to sort of take your time, really don't rush. That's what I did with this picture here, the one that I actually printed and it's actually downstairs. It took me ages, but in the long run you do get the job done. I mean, you look in here as well, I think you can just get your brush smaller, because you don't want to end up losing details on the buildings. You just want to darken up the skies as much as possible without touching the buildings themselves. There you go, see? It's easy. There you go. I think what you just need to do is do the whole picture, going in between, like here as well. That will need darkening as well. Sometimes you don't need to worry too much about darkening some of the things, but just be careful. I mean, whenever you do it, have a quick look, maybe get back to the original size and see if the picture still looks sort of normal. If it doesn't, maybe you've overdone it, and you can just undo some of those things, that changes that you have done here as well. I think it needs doing as well, doesn't it? Look at that. Boom. So all in all, I think once you have finished, that's what I did. I think if you know how to work Lightroom or Photoshop, you know how to save your pictures as well. That's what I actually ended up doing. And for printing, I had that printed by, I can't remember the name of a company because it was actually too big. You know, my printer only goes up to A4. But anyway, yeah, I think it cost me what, about £14 to have that printed. So all in all, when you add the two, you know, the picture frame itself, which cost me 10 quid, and printing off this picture which cost me £14. I mean, you can go further in fuel, you know, going to London, the parking as well, of which I use a online sort of app for parking, which finds you sort of suitable parking closer to where you want to go. I think that cost me about, I think that was £6 actually for 4 hours, you know, parking in London, which that is dead cheap as well. So anyway, yeah, in the end I managed to print it off, sent off the print, managed to print it off, and I did manage to put it in the picture frame and sealed it nicely. And what you know, the missus liked it as well. So now it's actually hanging downstairs, and I'll show you where it's hanging. So yeah, that's the end result. That's the picture. That's the panoramic picture of London. Well, it's got the Tower Bridge, as you can see on your left hand side, and you've got the Shard on the far right hand side. I've got to say, yeah, I think it came out quite nicely, and it's a good thing that, you know, every time you see the picture, you know that you took the picture yourself rather than buying somebody else's work. Okay, that's it for now. Till next time.